Hi everyone, this is Trip. Welcome to the channel. Today I'm going to have some of this SUN-MAID Raisin Bread Cinnamon Swirl. Even the name is just magic to me, and this is probably my favorite raisin cinnamon bread. The distinct red package, which is more beautiful artwork, and I'll talk about that in a little bit. But I have two pieces of bread here. One I toasted. I was going to put some butter on it, but then that would have made it a little bit, it wouldn't have been quite as hot. But you can add butter to this, and normally that's what I always do. It tastes better if you put the butter in it before you toast it. But then if you toast it with the butter, it can mess up the toaster over a period of time. So you may want to put a very light swipe of butter on it after it toasts. And here we are. First, let's get this wacky thumbnail out of the way. But there, we can see it real close. Right there, okay? Now let's not waste any time. I did cook it a little bit too long, a few seconds too long, because I have a new toaster. Because I messed the other one up over a period of years by putting butter on the toast before I toasted it. Listen to the crunch. Close up of it. I get all the raisins. I did cook it a little too brown on one side, but I like it cooked a little bit too brown. Just almost, but not quite burned. By the way, I hope you'll subscribe to my channel, and especially watch the videos, and maybe you'll like the video. I'm gonna bite right into the middle of it. Here's my tooth print. I wish I could use raisin cinnamon swirl to make tooth prints for moles when you go to the dentist, and I wouldn't dread the visit so much. I even like the sides that are kind of a little bit burned. To me, that's just as good as any part of it. And it's so nice with a cup of hot tea or coffee or whatever. Look at all the raisins. Yeah, this is definitely my favorite raisin cinnamon swirl bread. There used to be a kind of raisin bread that was my favorite, and it had like this melted cinnamon across the top like that. There was another kind that had just like chocolate, not chocolate, that had just icing, white icing across it. And haven't been able to find those lately. I haven't even seen them. So if you tried this before or know anything about these kind of breads, let me know. Especially the kind that has the white icing across the top. That was just the nicest thing to eat. And I believe it's so important for the presentation of food, the way you present it. There's not much you can do with a slice of bread, but I mean different kinds of food. But also I've been thinking more the last 2 or 3 years about the package art, the presentation of the package. And good companies will try to make their packaging as artsy as they can, instead of just, we're just going to throw everything into this to this package here and ship it on out. So I remember that marketing course I took, one as an undergraduate, and I think I took one as a graduate. And Dr. Elkins, you would be proud of me, because I realized the importance of packaging. I only toasted one because I knew that by the time I got to the second piece, after I've been talking too much, it would already be cold. And the truth is, it's just about as good cold too. Well, not quite. Let's talk a little bit here about the package. It's beautiful, beautiful red color. You see, there's the lady there, and there's a story about her. I used to subscribe to a magazine called, it was either Good Old Days or Reminisce, back whenever my mother was living with us when she had Alzheimer's. And there was a story in there about this girl that sent in a letter about her mother. This was her mother. That's what she said. And she posed for this picture here, which goes on this bread all the time now, SUN-MAID. Well, that's what I read anyway. SUN-MAID Raisin Bread Cinnamon Swirl. It looks on the package just like it does on the plate. Raisin Bread Cinnamon Swirl. I'm looking at the back here. It's like some little sun, some little things up here. Maybe that's supposed to be the sun. I don't know. It goes all the way around the top there. There's raisins in every bite. And we already saw that that is true. Okay, you come around to the back. And I did read a little bit of this before I did the video, and it's just poetry. Raisins, okay, raisins in every bite. The same wholesome raisins you remember from childhood. Why just childhood? I mean, you can have raisins all your life. Baked into a delicious cinnamon swirl bread that's filled with naturally sweet raisins. And by the way, I have been known to add additional cinnamon to it before I put it in the toaster. Another reason I messed up that toast over a period of years. Plus, every slice of SUN-MAID cinnamon sweet raisin bread is made with only the best ingredients for a taste you'll enjoy for breakfast, snack time, and any time. SUN-MAID is a timeless and trusted favorite for generations. I guess so. 14 servings in here. And look at the nutrition, and notice that there's no saturated fat in here at all. In fact, there's no fat. Well, there's 1%, just 1 gram. No trans fats, there's nothing. And no cholesterol, 0% cholesterol. It has a little sodium like everything does that's in the package to keep it good during shipping and storing. Has a little bit of fiber. The only negative is the sugar. It does have much more sugar than I would prefer, about 8 grams. And some of that is added sugar. As I keep saying on these videos, why do you need to add sugar to something that's already so delicious? Even 3 grams of protein. And that's the main story here. The main ingredient is unbleached enriched flour, which of course is not particularly healthy. Whole grains are better, but that's how it is. Lists all the ingredients, most of the usual things you've heard of. Manufactured on shared equipment that also processes products containing sesame, may contain sesame. Okay? And it is distributed by Flowers Bakeries in Thomasville, Georgia. Maybe it's made there too. I've been to Thomasville, and when you drive through the part of town where the factory is, it just smells so sweet. All the streets around the city, around the factory, just smells so good. I thought, boy, I'd like to work there. Contains a bioengineered food ingredient. Well, what does that mean? A lot of foods do. And they're based in Fresno, California. And that ties in with this picture here because I remember here, the girl that wrote into the magazine that I was subscribing to was from California. Shall I have this other piece of bread in front of you? Yes, I shall. Like the package said, and like I said earlier, you can't bite into any part that does not have a raisin. Well, you think there's not a raisin there, and turn it over, and there's the raisins. I guess there are raisins on both sides of it. Let's look at a cross section. Raisins through and through. What more could you ask for? It has a nice cinnamony smell, but I think they could add some more cinnamon. There's nothing wrong with cinnamon. It's a pretty healthy spice. Much healthier than say sugar. You could even pick the little raisins out of it. I've never done that before in my life. Never thought about it till now. I think I'll just leave the raisins in there. Life is life. Da, 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 da. Life is life. Can't get that song off my mind. And I was singing it like a month ago. I think about it way too much. Just an obscure 80s song. Life is life. La, 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 la. We're coming to the end. Don't let it in. This is so good. I just wish all the companies would not put in any added sugar, because we love sugar. But they all have to compete with each other, so I get that. And that's going to be it. Who else but me could make an 18-minute video out of 2 pieces of bread? So I hope you're having a very good week, and we'll chat later, I'm sure.